Hey, what's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's your brother from another, Marlon Rashawn Graves, aka Brother Mays. You know my better half,
What's up, y'all? It's Jayce, Janae. Y'all
right?
see
Y'all
me
can
on the
see her
cam
now.
today. I'm
That's
not
what's
on a
up.
I'm not on a Zoom call. I'm actually here.
That's
I'm just
right.
on the camera now.
That's right. Hey, this is the Locked and Loaded show, and as we always do, we bring you the best. We bring you special people, and of course, I got my brother from another, Mr. CJ Chris Jackson, in the house.
How we doing? How we
Yes,
doing?
yes, yes, yes. You know, and I'm gonna say this openly, y'all. You about to learn something because this episode is all about the eye on the prize. That's right. Keeping the eye on the prize. Now we're gonna get into it. This ain't no Jesse Jackson stuff, but we talking about the other side. Okay. But man, Chris, how you doing, man?
I'm good, Coach. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
I'm gonna call him Coach. This is Coach G for me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's my big brother, man. Yeah, so I'm gonna call him. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
You know, this is my mood. This is what I do. You know, as I told you before, man. We have a lot of similarities. You know, as far as our background, obviously starting with football, of course, and everything. But we're gonna definitely talk about how we came together later on. But we want to go ahead and keep the meat, get into the meat of the show,
Let's do it.
because my brother CJ, you've been in Springfield for quite a while.
Yes.
And a lot of people know you as this guy behind the camera. And you are either videotaping videoing, or you are taking pictures. You at all the major events, TOC, Blue and Gold tournament. You are making people's stories come alive,
Yes, sir.
especially in basketball. But I know you as a coach because you coached with me over at my alma mater, Central High School.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, we'll talk about that because he done made the transition already. But my brother, talk to me, man. How you? First of all, how do you do it?
You know, obviously, I think nothing happens without a vision,
Right.
and that's funny. You know, that's part of the company of our name, Elite 3 Visits, and the vision. But it's a blessing. I get to do something to where people be like, find something for work that doesn't feel like work. That 100% feels like my life.
Come on,
I'm
now.
very spoiled and getting to go to a lot of basketball games, but not only getting to go to a lot of basketball games, but pour into young men and young women's life. That's very important to me. Give them confidence. Sometimes even have to be big bro and tell them, because I don't mind not always being in the yes man corner. You know, I believe in iron sharpens iron, and sometimes we got to let our brothers know when we falling short of something or when they can do better and things like that. So I like being able to get closer with these young men and young women to be a motivating ear for them and also be a tool for them to help them get more exposure in what they do.
I love it because it's really the concept behind what we do. Obviously, we talked off air, the nature and how this all started. Community partnership. Let me throw a good shout out again to our partners who's supporting us. Community partnerships of the Ozarks under the Gun Safety and Violence Reduction Collaborative. And bro, when you talk about being there for youth, and especially from a different point of view, because what I've noticed, and I'll talk about the coaching aspect. I met you 3 years ago. I had seen him already out there, but never knew who he was. But to see that we were on the same coaching staff together, and here it is, seeing you be a positive attribute to young men who you still have great relationships with, and to see you doing it not only in the field, but now doing it in another aspect, that says a lot about transparency.
I appreciate it.
And you know what I'm saying about what you do. I kind of want to go back a little bit here, talk about this because you're from H-Town.
Yes, sir.
My brother.
Nice.
H-Town. Let's talk about it because we've had people from Florida, we've had people from different places. Obviously, Springfield is a melting pot.
For sure.
But talk about the transition of coming here to Springfield. Obviously, definitely different from Texas.
You know, I was talking about this with somebody last night. The biggest transition for me was just the diversity.
Okay.
And then I guess, and then inside the city, how many people may have not had a interaction with Black people or
Right.
African American people, whichever was the standard right to say. But
Right.
that was really the biggest transition. You know, learning how different people speak, and then also them understand how I speak and some of the lingo I have and
Okay.
things like that. But it was cool. Springfield's been home, man. I never thought when I got here in 2015, you
Yeah.
told me in 2026 I'll still be here.
I know the
But
feeling.
it's been a blessing. I mean, this is
Yeah.
where I become a man. Shout out to my university, Evangel University.
All right.
I came in as a Christian, but you know, you as a man of faith, being able to find Christ for yourself.
Come on.
you know,
That's a whole nother conversation
come
by
on now,
itself.
for real.
That's real
For
talk.
real, being able to find faith and you know have a real interaction with God
Mm.
as an adult man, and realizing because so much long, you know, being growing up in church your whole life. My dad was a pastor, so
Right.
growing up in church your whole life, you kind of almost it's a second nature to you,
Mhm.
right? And you never truly, if you don't dive deeper,
Mhm.
you don't get to that level of connection with Christ. And so that was big for me. But yeah, Houston, Texas is born and raised where I'm from. I
Yeah.
loved it. You know,
Give a shout out to your high school, man. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Summer Creek High School. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
maroon and gold. You know, them Bulldogs. It's funny. That's why Central
Yeah.
Bulldogs. So,
Yeah.
you know, I always got love for that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it taught me everything. You know, taught me what I know, who I am, the chip on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I always say it's just a little different down there.
Right.
It's just a little different. You know?
As my god sister always tells me, Shan, she says everything's bigger in Texas.
Oh, come on now.
You know,
Come on now. You see me.
Well, you came here obviously from Houston, man, and you play offensive line.
Offensive line, yes, sir.
For probably one of the best programs that's been smaller college programs in the country, Evangel University. I know for a fact I played against them when I was in the HAC conference with Baker University.
Yeah.
You already know, you know who we are. Go out, you know, Wildcats. You know it is what it is. But at the end of the day, they was our rivals.
Yeah.
We recently, unfortunately, we just lost. You guys lost one to Derek Clark, who was obviously went to Denver Broncos. He played during my time, but came out of Evangel University, transferred from Florida State. And of course, I learned about his passing here in the last couple weeks and everything. But he was a great representation of bringing an athlete from such a major state of football and university, bring him here to small town Springfield, and he All-American all of a sudden, you know. But he did some great things. Prayers to his family and all.
Definitely.
But at the end of the day, man, you were at Evangel, and did you start seeing the vision of what was to come while you were there, or how did that start?
So it was funny. So when I first got to Evangel, my major was film and broadcast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and heavily in the film side, it's mostly about movies. So that was about my first 2.5 years there.
Yeah.
The cool part I did, like obviously, like you said, going to a smaller school, I was able to get hands on right away.
Yeah.
So learning cameras and things like that. I always before I got to Evangel, it was just something growing up. I always had something about film that just stuck with me.
Yeah, because where did that all start from?
As a kid, it really was just film.
Yeah.
It was this film, and then also connected with basketball. I just don't like. I just don't know. Like I can see like the shots of like Vince Young running as a Texas Longhorn. Running, winning a national championship, and then like the confetti that's falling by him, and I'm thinking about those moments being captured. So get to Evangel. I'm thinking I want to be a sports broadcaster. Right now we got podcasts, so I love these. Right? But I didn't realize how hard it was to read a teleprompter.
Right.
Most people don't know I'm dyslexic.
Okay,
right? Like I kind of give off. People be thinking I'm smart all the time.
Because I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that, but it's all good.
I'm not book smart, to say the least. And people now I'm 28. I can agree with my teachers. I didn't apply myself, right?
Right.
But so then I take a documentary class my junior year, and like that's when the light bulb went off for me.
Okay.
Knowing that also too, like you talked about, my playing career is about to be over. I know I'm not about to go play in the league.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna want to stay around the game somehow.
Right.
And 2018, I worked with a basketball trainer named Dakota Webb at the time. Well, he's still named Dakota, but he doesn't work in the area anymore. And it just took off from there. It took off from there.
Yeah, I look back on previous, because 4 years before I had said I was going to go back to coaching, you know, I was going around the area, and I knew some of the coaches, and they would say, well, you want to come in and just see if this is what you want to do? And I was like, sure. But when I would show up, I would always see this guy. He's got a camera. And I'm like, who is this black dude? Almost everywhere I go, different events. And the fun thing about it was, having the background that I have, one of the guys asked me, he said, you know, if you're looking to build a team, build in that area of broadcast and things at that level, that might be somebody you want to talk to. And I'm like, what do you mean? So here it is, a few years later, I'm sitting there, Central High School, my alma mater, talking to the head coach at the time, and I'm like, you know, if I'm going to coach again, this is where I want to coach at. And then I walk out of the locker room. You guys had just played the game, and there you are standing.
Wow.
And I'm like, did he film the game? And then that's when someone said, no, he's a coach. Man, talk about that transition, because you're a player.
Yeah.
And now you are behind the scenes, you're helping, obviously putting film together, for sure, you know, for the college. When did people start saying, hey, I need him over here?
From a film standpoint?
From a film standpoint, yeah.
So that really started probably around 2021. That's when I really was like, I'm diving all the way into it. Rest in peace, legend Rob Yanders.
Yeah,
I worked over him. I worked over there with
great guy. He coached my son. Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, over there, Yanders Law. I worked with Rob, and Rob really gave me. He put the work ethic in my back, and he showed me the nuances and you know how the way things should look, the way things should go, and essentially how to be a professional in the field I'm in. And so then I worked with Rob for a year, and then after that, that's when the big toe name in Southwest Missouri, kind of started to be known as, you know, what I do.
Yeah.
For
and just
sports.
to put a pin there, I didn't say this in the beginning, so I know him as Coach CJ. You know, but when you get to IG, you gotta say Big Toe.
Yeah.
You know, I hear people say, "Man, you know Big Toe," and I'm like, "What? Who is Big Toe?" So that name carries with you, and at the same time, you're dealing now. You're starting to be that guy, you know, because as I was sitting at TLC a few years back, I think Ronnie James was here with his team, you know, Sierra Canyon, whatever. And then, if I'm not mistaken, you know, I blessed to get some seats not too far from the court, and I look over and I'm like, yeah, it's Coach. You know, how does those relationships? How does it help you expand your vision?
Definitely. That was a part of the vision. Being able to start working the big events in our city, because we were just a tad bit behind the 8 ball when it came to social media. And social media, fortunately, but unfortunately, it's an arms race.
Yeah.
And you know, it's only one thing to have a good event, but now you need to show social media you're having a great event, right? And so that was important for us. And what we did, we just started presenting ourselves to the TLC. Like, I called Josh Scott and said, "Hey, Josh, I just need 2 minutes of your time."
Yeah.
And we went in there with a presentation, and the rest has been history.
I love that.
And so doing the same thing with the blue and gold, right? Like this year with Jay Osborne now being over there as the head coach. Hey, Jay, we just need 2 minutes of your time. Go in there, showing the presentation, showing my vision that we have for our area, and we just the next part is just executing it whenever the event's going, and that's what we do. That's what we really, you know, hone in on doing.
I see you added some people to your team. Obviously, young men, young women who have been able to start the kind of same way you did.
Sure.
How does that feel? I mean, it's one thing to coach guys on the field, because I've watched him in transition. We sit in these meetings and he's coaching players, be coaching guys, coaching a position that he loves. But now you coaching young men, young women about this vision, and capturing the moment, and to see his work is amazing. How does that transition help you?
Definitely, I think because the cool thing about what I do is it could be done differently so many ways, right? Like when we talk about football standpoint, if the right guard, if it's inside zone, he has to take the proper steps to get to where we need him to go. Video or photography, you can do it many different ways and get to the point. What you bring up though is really, really cool, because a lot of these young women, and young men, since I've been in the game since 2018, you know, I'm accept I'm an unk now. Right? They call me unk, so I'll be accepting it. I accept it, right? But a lot of them grew up in middle school and high school watching my videos.
Yeah.
And so to have a camera, I love the fact of bringing them in and teaching them, because when I first started, it was nobody to ask a lot of questions. It was nobody to ask, hey, how do you get media credentials? Or
That part.
how to budget if a team wants to book me out for a whole year? Or, you know, what should my turnaround times be? How should I film? You know, what's the best ways to go about that? So being able to do that for other creators in our area has been amazing. I mean, that's one of the coolest parts. I think that's what I'm doing is because I really am selfless, and I want everybody to come work with us,
You
man.
want
Come
everybody
see
to
how we
eat.
do
I
it.
get it.
Because unfortunately, too, people will take advantage of you in this content game.
Oh man,
You
come
know,
on.
and somebody broke it down to me too. Like when I first started, I was scared to charge people, right?
Yeah.
And one of my big bros in Houston, Archie, he said, "Dog, if somebody can get something for a discount, they gonna get it for a discount."
Come on now.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like 100%. You
That's-
go to
that's how
McDonald's
it
if they
is.
got the buy one get one. That's
Yeah,
right. I'm
yeah.
taking the buy one get one. Y'all give you the extra money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
And this is a market. This, don't get me wrong, but unfortunately, we are in the field.
yeah.
And this is a market that I need, at least for me. Hey, bro, you know, we grew up together. So what is it we can, you know, can we work something out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got to eat too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Part of that is knowing your work, right?
That
Yeah.
part
I
right there.
I kind of struggled with the
Yeah.
same thing, getting into like music and stuff when
Yeah.
it came to like engineering, and I didn't have any clientele where I started. I wanted people to get to know who I am, so
Yeah,
I'm
that
discounting
part.
stuff, and you know, and we're like, oh well, what happened to this rate, and what happened? I'm like,
Yeah.
I still got to make some money. I was,
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah. And the people, your crowd will be your crowd.
yeah,
Like,
most definitely.
that's important, you know?
We're going to put a pin right there real quick for everybody that's just joining us. We are the Lock and Loaded Show, obviously. I'm Brother Mays, a.k.a. Marlon Rashawn Grays.
I'm Jayce Janae.
Already, you
Y'all
seeing the
me
face now. Obviously, with that being said, we got our special guest in the house, my brother CJ,
Yes,
Coach
thanks for having
CJ to me, Chris Jackson,
Big toe.
hey, Big Toe, whatever you want to call him. Listen, we're talking about keeping the eye on the prize, and we're going to be coming back with you after this commercial break. See you in a minute. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back. Obviously, it's your brother from another, Marlon Rashawn Grace, a.k.a. Brother Mays. Of course, my better half.
What's up, y'all? Jayce Janae.
Hey, you see, the face to the voice.
Y'all see
We
it
got
now.
special guests in the house, and if you haven't already been listening, this episode, we episode 20, right?
This is 20.
This is 20, right?
20th
yeah,
episode.
20th episode that we're running there here. Got the one and only Mr. CJ, Coach CJ,
y'all
Chris
doing?
Jackson,
How y'all doing?
Big Toe in the house, y'all. He's representing all different facets tonight. But here's the thing. We've been talking about his transition from his college days playing ball, coming out of Texas to Evangel University, and taking the vision from his majoring in film and production to the world, and how it's actually helping him help others. And so, and that's a question that I really want to ask you, because you're known for several things so far. You're that guy, but there was a documentary that you did. And and I want you kind of talk about that a little bit, because not only did it get some local love, it got some major love.
Definitely, yeah.
Talk about that, man.
No, it was cool. Shout out to my boy Kel Combs.
Yes.
Nixon High School alum, now at Iowa University.
Yeah.
His situation was funny. And you've been a guy growing up here. You know how rare it is to have a guy like Jackson Cantwell.
Oh yeah.
Right? But we have so many guys in this area that could be, get more exposure.
That's right.
And he was a guy, I mean, this young man does things the right way. Is a hard worker, leader on the floor, leader on the court. He just embodies everything of what a college athlete should be.
Right.
And so going into his senior year, I just felt like he hadn't had the exposure he needed.
Yeah.
And it's tough sometimes for athletes to do that for themselves, right? We tell them focus on the main thing, and playing is the main thing. So
right.
If I was able to come in and to be able to tell this story for him, part of the story was to show just how much this man loved the game and how hard he was willing to work for showing up, obviously being in football season, but still showing up, waking up at 6 a.m. to go get shots up, and going to football practice, going after football practice, still putting up shots. I just think the world needed to see that. And it's funny you say like it got the Southwest Missouri supported it well.
Yeah.
But it was starting to be funny seeing comments, and I would put location on there where we were at, but comments of like, hey, where is this at? Like, that's how you know people are like, now this is grown out of Southwest Missouri. Because there ain't nobody in 2 hours from Nixa can see a Nixa shirt and not know that's Nixa. You know what I'm saying?
It got my attention because one of the guys I used to coach with in Florida, and he's doing big things down there now at FAMU. He says to me, hey, man, who is this guy? And is this where you from? Because I keep hearing Ozarks, or I hear Nixa, and I hear this. And then I hear about, and of course, they knew about Cantrell, all that. And he said, is this where you from? And I said, well, it's not my high school. I said, but it is in the area. And so when people are calling from these other places and they ask me, and I'm like, I know the guy that did this.
That's great.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling, my chest is all out. I'm like, I know CJ. Is that the goal, or was that the goal, was to get to that point?
For me, it's never been the goal to be the guy that's getting all the attention.
Right.
Now, I don't mind the attention.
Right.
Like, I'm not a person.
But this is your work. This is your
my
work. Right.
But I would much rather if people saw the video and only thought of the player. But I understand the bigger I make the platform, the more it helps the player. And so in return, it just comes with, and that's the social media, right?
Right.
It comes with me having a level of, people know me and all that good stuff. I'm humble about it. Like, I ain't trying to.
But it's exposure for both.
Definitely.
Exposure for both.
And it helped me at the end of the day, right? Like, definitely been at a point now, it's crazy where parents literally just want to see me at the game. And then they also know how impactful it is when I do post an athlete on my platform, because I used to be prideful, like not everybody can be on the platform. Because I don't want to dilute the I don't want to dilute the impactfulness. Right. That's been a cool part of it.
So how does these elite players, because I've seen you travel. I remember one time you said in a meeting, Coach, I'm not going to be here this week because I'm heading out to California. I'm doing this. And how are these elite players reaching you? Do you have a platform where you advertise yourself, or is it just a word of mouth?
Well, Instagram, really. And then from a elite player standpoint, it's all getting a video or like photography from a certain person now becomes like the status, right? Like for some athletes, like the 4-star, the 5-star is important, right? And so now in our area, I think it is people like, man, I got to get a big toe video. I got to get a J-Bands video. So it's become that point. And then most of it is just what I do on Instagram, social media. And with that, players trust and know, because it's two sides of this. And some people out here making like clickbaity content and content that's not producing the athletes in the right way, right? Like, you're not going to go to my page and see no fights. Right. You're not going to go on there and see videos me trying to embarrass one kid just to make other people laugh.
Because you have standards, obviously.
For sure.
And knowing you, I said, well, this doesn't represent you, or this represents you. How do you determine that? Is that a conversation you have with some of your guys and be like, hey, before I shoot this video, this is where I like to see our videos go. I don't want you to put it on this site or share it to this site, because there's so much I call it cross-contamination.
For sure.
And you'll see one thing good, next thing you know, you see something bad. Like, wait a minute, why is that even flowing like that?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
100%. Yeah, I mean, we haven't had to have I haven't had to have that conversation yet.
Good.
Because I think we, like myself, J Band, Shields Media, in 2018, when we were the founding fathers of the social media game out here, we wasn't doing it. And so now the younger people coming behind us, they're not doing it because that's just, we created that
Yeah,
standard.
y'all set the precedent.
You know, and I get it. Other cities, I get what they doing. Like you'll see it in bigger cities, where they make like that clickbaity content. I just don't think it helps the player.
Yeah,
and also Southwest Missouri, we're big on supporting our own.
Yes,
now don't get me wrong.
true.
When we in between, you said I didn't jump ship from the family.
Yeah,
when we see each other, it's
still business.
We're gonna get at it now.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's what we do. But it's love at the end.
No,
of the
for
day,
sure, for sure. I think we're, and again, where I was kind of going with this too is that here we are, we're putting a name out there, and you're right there. You're probably one of at the top of that game of putting that independent, visionary type work, and you're saying, hey, but this is where I'm at. This is where I'm from. This is Southwest Missouri. This is how we represent.
Exactly.
You know, there was a standard. I heard Coach Woody over at Mo State now. He's the new head football coach. He says, in order for us to expand and be on the top of our game with the CUSA conference, he says, we have to be this. We can't be no lower than this. Because if we're going to send a message, we have to send it this way.
Yeah.
I want to jump back just a little bit because you talk about you're humble. You're putting yourself out there. If it ain't a Big Toe video, if it ain't a J-Bez video, it ain't a video. I mean, I'm just being real. It really is real. You're moving into a different realm. Do you feel going back to what you originally thought of film and production and all that? Would you do a short story to where it would be like a movie?
It's funny. Like I said, when I ran away from the movies in college, the longer I've been doing this, I want to put together a short film so bad.
Oh man,
it's like it just starts rightness. It is going to be involved in basketball.
Okay.
I kind of like the aspect of like the love and basketball connected. Not that it's going to be like that movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, great movie, especially in the Black community. That's probably top 5 for everybody, right?
Yeah.
But I love that because I just love I mean, it's life, right?
Yeah.
We all gonna go through some type of adversity.
Yeah.
What do you do when you at the face of adversity?
Come on now.
You gonna fold or you gonna push through it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the part of I love what we can do with film. We can show that.
Yeah.
Show that grittiness of it ain't always gonna be perfect.
That part.
What do you do to try to find a way to get the job done?
I recently worked with started doing little short stories and films and different characters and different plays that I've done over the years. And one of the shots or shoots that we were doing was here locally. And when they said action, and now we had so much control of really what people are going to see as an actor. This is real talk. And it makes me think that you are now in that position, and I kind of call it the Spike Lee position. Because there's this real talk. Because now if you're talking about doing short stories and movies, and you're talking about basketball, man, I'm going to put it out there because I grew up with him, Mr. Tolliver himself. Has that, people don't know, I mean, who we're talking about, right?
Well, you said Tolliver. I'm thinking Don.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm on the music round. I'm thinking Don Tolliver.
Basketball great, Kickapoo High School, obviously back in the early 2000s. Man, how would I put this? I'm lost on the first name right now. I just call him Mr. Tolliver. But at the end of the day, Anthony Tolliver. Thank you for that. Anthony Tolliver and that starting 5 went all the way to state. And it was a story. People saying Kickapoo can't do it. And I'll be the first one. Back in the day, Central, Kickapoo, all that, everything. I wasn't a big fan. But when it came to basketball, and to see them go to state and win the way they won, that is a documentary itself, number one. Number 2, you look at his career. I don't know how much you know about Mr. Anthony Tolliver, but 15 to 18 years in the game, known as this rebound god. He rebound, he can shoot the short 10-foot shot. He can guarantee you a solid game under the basket. This is real talk. Straight out of Springfield. Grew up with his family. But now
how do you keep telling that story?
Yeah.
How do you make it to where now people can say it's like loving basketball?
Mhm.
You know, it's one of those things where you say, I could do that. I
Yeah.
personally feel that you could be that guy behind that story.
I love to do it.
Now, Anthony, you know me, bro. You know, we go back. But real talk, if you hear this and listen to this episode, consider it.
Let's do it.
Because I know you got money into this community. Bruh, y'all need to tell the story of how you made it out and what you did. Because you went on to Creighton University, and did a heck of a job, you know, and recently retired and, of course, doing great things. But at the end of the day, I just see you, CJ, doing these type of stories,
appreciate it.
and I really believe in you. Does that make you feel when you look at each individual player that you work with, you're building something?
Yeah.
How does talk to me about it from a standpoint, because there's a transition. I see a lot of guys. I think I've seen a few girls. You transition to the girl sports now.
Yes.
With the new WNBA, I watched it the other night.
Yeah.
Man, pitch to them.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I really believe you have that ability to do some of those stories. The Jackie Styles, all these different things. Kind of talk about what would that be like for you?
I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be really awesome. Because that's what I like, taking somebody that doesn't have a big name to them.
Yeah.
Showing them the process. Because that's really what it all comes down to, is the process.
Yeah.
That's important to. I mean, like when we did the documentary Raquel, having fans come up and say, man, I had no clue this kid worked that hard.
Yeah.
Right? You know, like being able to show you, because that's what a documentary is. It's
Yeah.
being able to show you the rawness of what it takes to get to that level, because we are confused sometimes. We all think we just see the finished product versus seeing the, you know, what it takes to get there, right? So I love that.
I was gonna say I have a question because I have brothers that play basketball.
Matter of fact, Texas.
Yeah, well, my brother, he one of my brothers, he just finished his freshman year season at Howard College in Big Springs, Texas. And then I have another brother who's at Oak Hill Academy. He's about to graduate this year. But I had to get on them so much because, you know, a lot of people that play sports, they watch sports, so they watching people's highlights and they watching everything. And I tried to convince them so badly to get more like highlight reels and videos done of themselves so people can see them because they fire. They good at what they do.
Right.
And so like how you were talking about like legendary runs and stuff not really being documented. The high school that they went to, I graduated from in Swansboro, North Carolina. And they went on a whole run, started all 4 years of high school.
You talking about Oak Hill?
No, at Swansboro High School.
Okay, Swansboro. So,
But
my bad.
they went on this run of this team has never won any type of championship since 1970 something, and they was spanking every year, winning it. And so I tried to convince them that when you got into filming a lot of athletes, was there like a time period where you kind of had to show them how beneficial this would be for them, or was it more of them reaching out to you and being like, I need to do this, or you know?
Yeah, kind of both sides. It is, to answer the first part of why that's a good job of pushing your brothers, because everybody has a brand.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to show your brand off, especially now with social media.
Right.
So, and I tell these players all the time, college coaches are creatures of habit. They on social media as well. The second part of it is that's what I try to do every year. I try to find me about 3 players that doesn't have the offers and all that good stuff yet, and build a portfolio for them throughout that year. Because it's 2 sides to it, right? Because some of them don't understand these college coaches have the same social media. So you at the gas station with your little, fit pics, jeans hanging off your pants, and you got young boy on, and the ski mask. Is like, okay,
it's like, are you a basketball player?
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we
part.
presenting? And I get it. It's tough for some of them to split the 2 worlds, because it's so many of their friends are doing it, but you gotta understand you're different, right?
Because it's like the same with being an artist too. I feel like it's a lot of comparison, especially with building a portfolio, showing the process of you creating something and presenting it to people. So I can see like a lot of crossover with that, with just it's social media game in general. There's a lot of artists that hate that they have to pick up a camera
Yeah,
That
and
part.
and,
That part.
and be in front of it and post every day, and because it's just not the same anymore. But I feel like that super transitional period to where that's what it was becoming was just hard for everybody to like grasp, like
Yeah.
this is what it is now.
It is. It
That
is.
part.
And I think to stay consistent, especially pick a niche and stay consistent with it.
Yeah.
I think so many times people we creatures of habit, right? Like
Yeah.
we'll look at our video or hear somebody's song and say my song better than them, but they got 1 million engagement on Instagram. I only got 1,000, right? But it's just staying consistent and being where you at.
Yeah.
That's big on what I standing on. I didn't try to make videos like other people.
Yeah.
Like people hear some of the music I put on some of my videos, like the old school stuff.
Yeah.
And,
I love that.
you know
I
what I'm
love when they
saying?
put
Like
them songs
I
on.
just unapologetically me. And to now, it's funny. That's like a big thing
Yeah,
going
it's a
on,
thing
right?
now.
Like you see the R&B videos on the songs on the basketball videos, but that's just who I always been, and
Yeah.
people navigated to my style and my
Yeah,
creativity over time.
You mentioned about creating that niche, and it's funny because here we are. I don't know if y'all keep up. Here we got the Raymond Brown tour. It's coming out. Obviously, people don't know
R&B.
Usher Raymond and of course Chris Brown, and a lot of people don't realize that they are the bridge between old school and new school.
Definitely.
Pretty
Those two
much.
artists, they really are. And the funny thing about it is because I'm sitting here and I'm talking to one of my partners the other day, and I'm like, hey, what concert you had? I said, man, I'm on this SW, well, it's not SWV, it's In Vogue and what's the girl's
It's Bobby Brown and them brand.
Yeah,
they on tour too.
Yeah, they on tour. Well, see, that's the thing.
I think
I just did that.
Marsha and Brosha and them are going to.
Well, see, I just did the New Edition tour.
New Edition,
I did the New Edition tour up in Kansas City, and of course they had of course Boys and Men and all that, and then of course who else was on that? Girl sang thing. You already talking about. I tell you, I'm getting old, y'all. This is great stuff. I can't remember.
The song had his body moving. Though.
Yeah, got me moving a little bit.
Song playing somewhere.
But we anyway went to that tour. But what the point that I'm trying to make is that we are in a area. We're in a period right now to where every entity of the industry is saying, how do we sustain and how do we reach back at the same time, and how do we get into this niche of consistency? Because the videos is helping.
Yeah.
I mean, do you find yourself consulting others in the industry and say, hey, let me show you how to do this? They may not work with you. You never worked with them before, but have you just said, hey, let me show you something real quick?
I hold back on my knowledge, but I never gatekeep because I don't want to.
I like that.
I don't want to come off as the guy that know it all because I don't.
Yeah.
But it's funny. A lot of the people in this area, like you talk about me helping those younger creators, man, they was asking, and if you ask, I love to sit down with people.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is when people send me videos, I love to break down that video.
Well, you get that from your football coach.
The football side,
because we break down coaching. You break down what you see.
It all ties in.
Is that why you have kind of diverted yourself more to being this teacher? Now you up. Yeah. But are you this teacher at the same time?
Definitely. So like when we work with the TOC and we have a team of 8, well, basically we had a team of 10. I love having those moments of let me show you this is why it's done.
Gotcha.
And then, because sometimes we just don't understand why it's done, and then you trying to figure out your own way. If you can understand the way it's done, then you can get creative inside of that.
There you go.
Right. It's just, doubling your shutter speed, making sure SD cards are right, white balances, how to expose S-Log. It's a lot of different things. How to make a edit that's impelling instead of slow in pace, right? Like all those different things play a factor. And it's cool getting to spread that knowledge.
Well, here's the thing too, and we're going to take a quick break right after this, but to do it in real time, that's a transition itself. And that was something I had to learn in radio, is to do the transition in real time to where, this is what you're seeing in the beginning or hearing in the beginning, but towards the middle, you're like, oh, man, they just made that adjustment. You know what I'm saying? Now they're focused on this or doing that. But let's get back to that. Guys, listen, this is a hot conversation. If you've been listening to us, obviously we're talking about
keeping the eye on the prize with our special guest in the house, Mr. CJ, Coach CJ, Big Toe, you want to call him. Chris Jackson is a government name, but he's the guy. He's that man behind the scene. If you ever go to any sporting event and he's talking about it, we're going to come back. Obviously, Jayce and myself. You already know this is the Lock and Loaded Show. We'll see you in a few minutes. Hey, what's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's your brother from another, Marlon Rashawn Grays, a.k.a. Brother Mays, back with my co-host, of course, Jayce.
What up? Sorry,
we just
camera adjustment.
It's all good. We just happy to have you on the camera. You know,
Yeah.
It's one thing to hear your voice.
I heard it's been requested.
Yeah, there you go. It really has. Hey, y'all, we're back. Obviously, special guest in the house, Mr. CJ, Coach CJ, Big Toe, as we know him. Man, I can go even further, man. This is my brother that I've coached with for the last several years, and until his exit, he decided he wanted to go somewhere else. I'm just playing. But listen, y'all. I mean, we're talking about elite. Is it right? I'm gonna say it right. Elite three vision. Yes, I'm gonna say that right. That's the business that he's representing, but he's also behind the scenes for other things. And we've been talking about his transition, obviously with his company, being behind the camera, telling the story of several athletes here in the Southwest Missouri area. But I want to talk about it take it here, because I'm sure there's somebody's going to watch this, and they're going to be like, man, I've been wanting to get into it, but it costs money. Like, how do you get somebody to sponsor you to buy the equipment and do this? I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. There's some money involved.
Definitely.
Kind of talk about that standpoint of what you have to have in place, and in order to continue it. Tell us about, have you gotten sponsorships? Have you gotten people to help you? Kind of go that route.
So my route was all independent, baby. I started, so I want to say right around 2020. This is always my origin story. I tell my dad, when I win an Oscar for best documentary, that's definitely going to my speech. But he with me. We went to Best Buy, and I had a camera I wanted in mind. And my dad ended up getting me a power shoot. If you don't know what a power shoot is,
yeah,
we talking about. He got me like a Toyota Camry when I wanted a Mercedes Benz.
Yeah,
to help y'all if y'all don't know what cameras was. So I took it, and I knew I was going to outgrow it, but I took it and did everything I could with it.
Yeah, I had to start
And
somewhere.
then I had to start somewhere, right? And then I went on to start renting my own camera. So I rented a camera for about a year.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't advise, because I was basically, the money I was making was going back to my gear.
Yeah.
But it's two sorts of it, because I don't know if I could have made that money without the gear.
Gotcha.
And so then I go on, I finally get my hands on a Sony 6600. I saved up enough, bought my first Sony 6600, and now I feel like I have my first big boy camera with the FX30. But it was all, money I put into it, so saving up over time and all that good stuff. But I would say if you could find a sponsor, that'd be a good way to go. Definitely, it's probably in a situation of, you're giving them content, so they're giving you gear. But I would say be patient. It's always, sometimes in this game, it's an arms race.
Yeah.
We always comparing ourselves to the next person, and comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
So the first thing I say is, wear out the camera you got right now. And some of y'all, the best camera y'all got is in your pockets, your iPhone.
Come on,
yeah.
we're gonna talk about that.
It's your
Right.
iPhone.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and I started filming. I filmed on the iPhone for a good year and a half when I first started.
I remember when we used to sit in practices, and he would say, "Coach, can you hold the camera? Do this?" And I'm like, "What?" And I'm doing it, and what I know, of course,
Right.
is all good. But then he'd say, "Hey, Coach, I need you at this angle." And I feel like, okay, are we directing a documentary or practice or whatever?
Definitely.
Do you find that sometimes is the cop out? And when I say the cop out, meaning that people learn that it takes getting this type of quality camera, quality this and that, and they go, I'll just use my iPhone. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say it's a cop out. I think it is something that stops people, derails people, because this camera stuff isn't cheap.
Yeah.
And after a certain point, you gotta spend the extra money to get to what you were trying to
Gotta
get.
invest in yourself.
You gotta invest into it. Like I recently, I had a program director. He's, I'm working with them on social media, and he's trying to budget into getting a camera. And he was asking me, he was like, I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, okay, you can get that, but when you see it, it's not gonna look the best way you want it to look. Now, somebody, especially like in my hands, I can get the best out of it. But if you're talking about putting it in a young intern's hand, it's probably, you're not gonna get what you need. But as far as is that a cop out, I would say, I think the cop out is buying expensive gear and not knowing what to do with it. Right? Like you had the money, because some people do have budgets. Like I meet people like that all the time.
Yeah.
Where they just had the budget to go get a bunch of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And then they be over there sitting with us like, dog, I don't know what to do with this thing.
What to do with it.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the more important thing of understand what you have and maximize it.
Yeah.
You will know it's time to get, when it's time to get something else.
Yeah, that's kind of the same with like some of the music stuff. I have artists that want to get into like setting up their own home studio, or they'll ask me like, what's the most expensive mic? I'm like, you don't need that. I've had somebody come to me and show me a song that they recorded and mixed off of their laptop and like some Xbox headset, the mic from that. And it sounded crazy.
Maximize it.
And I'm like, it's really not about the gear. It's you learning how to use it to, the best ability. Of course, there's stuff that enhances your abilities off rip. But, you steps to that.
Yeah, like when I had that 6600, at the time, the standard camera probably was the A7 III.
Yeah.
People all the time would be like, they'll see me in person with a 6600. I'm like, no, and I had the stock lens on it too.
Yeah.
So I really had to be in tune with my settings, color grade, all that good stuff. They would be like, bro, I thought you had an A7 III this whole time. I'm like, nah, I'm working with the little dog, but I'm making do what I got. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself, because I here it is. As you're talking, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, this would be a good YouTube clip of how to. The how tos. A buddy of mine, he showed me this how to. We were fixing something on the car, and he says, "There's many videos like that." And I looked, and I was like, "Whoever's making this video is probably making a lot of money behind it. The monetization of it. At the end of the day, do you see yourself possibly doing something like that? Because you're talking about things that the how-tos to where you teaching. And again, I get back to this teaching aspect, because I'm saying to myself, if I'm an older person and I'm not as acquainted with all of this,
right,
and I just want to do something to dabble with, can I go to one of your videos and go, all right, now I know?
You can, but it's the finished product.
Okay.
So it could take you a little bit longer. Like, I'm a person now, because I've been in the game long enough. Like, this literally happened this weekend at a tournament. A guy saw an edit on Instagram, and he thought it was like this super complex edit. And I was like, dog, that's just a pen tool effect, double the camera layer. It walks over, it's going to, do what you need to do. So you can to a certain degree.
That's
but
that language that a lot of people don't understand. But
but I think it's important to understand the why of it.
Thank
right?
you.
Like, even from a coach standpoint, I love the fact of sometimes you need to explain the player. Like, if we're in the indie drill, we're doing something specifically for a certain play, and we break it down to that level. Sometimes you need to be broken down. And I think that's, I mentioned in the last segment, when you understand the why of it, then now you can put your creative spin on it.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like
basic fundamentals.
Basic fundamentals. Guys, we're winding down with this interview with I'm just gonna call him Coach CJ over here. I wanted to ask this question because I know it can get personal. What's the end goal?
My end goal. So you brought it up earlier of how can we make a foundation?
Yes.
And that is probably hopefully something I could get going in the next 5 years to where all of my videos for players are pro bono.
Gotcha.
I've been on record saying it. I kind of hate taking money out of parents' pockets, but I get it because they're paying me for a service. But I would much rather our recruitment service be set up through a pro bono way where you can get a whole website, you can get highlights, photography, graphics of yourself, all from a website that's produced by said company, you know, sponsors in the area, and where athletes don't have to pay for anything. And then that goes into like camps and all that good stuff.
You don't have to talk about your cost, but what would be the average cost if I'm a parent and I want to, because I researched this for my own son at one time, and I was like, well, if he decides to do this, this is what we're going to have to put back for it. In today's world, you got NIL, you got social media, of course. You got so much going on with athletes in regards to cost. To get that perfect video or that video that gets the attention, and they say, man, I want, big toe video. What does that cost look like? You know, just an average to get started.
Like just to pay me to come out, or just like the gear?
I mean, what's the package? Is it start out? You just coming out to a few events, or is it something where you say, all right, I got you for a season?
Yeah, so it's different packages. So I start off, I'm at 100 a game per player, and then 150 for the team per game. I would feel like our area is about 85 to 150 in that range. But that's where, you know, parents will reach out, that'll give them that price. I do, if you do like try to, so like Springfield Catholic, they book me for a heavy part of their season. I'll throw some type of discount in there because I'm big on, I don't want to be, I get $100 probably is, you know, for some people that's a lot.
Yeah.
Just to get a high school video, you know, exposure video for your athlete. But I don't want to be too far in my budget to where people can't reach me.
Gotcha.
But I'm at the point now, you know, bills got to get paid. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
bro, come on,
Bills
bro.
got to get paid.
Come
And
on.
so,
I hear you.
it's two sorts of, because I started feeling, I'm like, man, if I keep raising my prices, nobody gonna be able to afford videos. But I think the part I need to think about is the area did support me, and so I think the area knows, hey, we gotta make sure we're taking care of Big Toe, because obviously he's taking care of us, right? It ain't like a charity thing where they just put money in my pocket and I'm sitting at home doing nothing, right? And I think that's what the area. That's why I appreciate this area so much, because people know that throughout the year, of like, I'm gonna make sure we buy some type of package with you, Big Toe, to keep you, you know, being able to do this full time, helping out the area.
Yeah, because I recently threw it in your ear, my brother. You know, I'm getting married in June of 2027, and you know, the new wifey, and I say new wifey, but I've been married before. We doing it big.
Yeah, go ahead.
Know, one time doing it big. So, you know, I got your number, right?
Come on now.
We just locked into place.
Let's do it
and everything. So
I got it on my calendar.
You got it on? Yeah, man, we talked about that.
Yeah.
So it's on. So if y'all want to see some Big Toe stuff, he definitely gonna be doing my wedding
for sure.
But with that being said, talk about this real quick, because you're from the H-Town.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask this earlier. Now that you have established yourself, and of course you starting a family, you got a little son, you know, and everything, is going back to your home been a option, or saying, hey, I'd like to do what I do, but do more of it back home?
You know,
because here's the reason why I ask it.
Go ahead.
Is because a lot of people will get away and get successful, and they say, only if I could do this at home. Only if I can do this at home. In whatever way or whatever capacity that comes in, it's like a settling moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah. For me, since Southwest Missouri has been so special to me, I know even if I do leave one day, I'm still gonna try to make sure what I leave here is sustainable throughout years, because I truly feel when I first started, even now, people try to grow out of this area, and I get it. It's Springfield. It's only so big. You know, people got bigger city aspirations.
Right.
But for me, I'm doing what I love. Like what I visioned in 2018 is what I'm doing right now in 2026.
I love it.
Nice.
And so that's gonna always be my motivation. Unfortunately, probably one day I am gonna leave Springfield.
Okay.
That's my family in Houston. They ain't coming to Springfield. You know what I'm saying? But it has been special. I mean, I can say I'm the biggest independent platform in this city.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
But it's due to the area supporting me.
Yeah.
It's not just, you know, I can't say I've been doing it no more because I can make the video, but I can't watch the video myself.
I got you.
And support it and, you know, all that good stuff. So I guess hopefully that answered your question.
No, it
yeah.
does. It does. I mean, it's not to say that you have to leave here. I mean, obviously you could expand and go back home or whatever. But I've always found it interesting because even with myself, I said this, you know, what I was doing back in Florida for so many years, and I said to myself, man, if the platform could be the same, I definitely would want to do it back here at home. But it took me some years being here to realize that I had to do it differently.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It took me differently. But I say all that to say this, my brother, because here we are at the end of the show, and I'm gonna throw some shout outs, man.
Okay.
I really am. You know, obviously you and your business. Definitely want you to close out telling people how they can reach you. With that being said, but would you ever consider collabing with an artist who like recently just went up to Chicago? Like, because a lot of people don't realize this. You know, Jayce is an artist, producer, has her own studio, and is doing great work.
Thank you.
Kind of talk about this recent trip you just took real quick.
Okay, so I just got back 7 this morning, so
There you go.
It took me some very well needed sleep.
Right.
But I went up to Chicago with some of my artist friends. We met up with this company called Too Good that does open mic events for local artists and artists all over, and got to network with a lot of different genres and styles. And I got to perform. It was a competition. The winner got $100. 3 hours of studio time, and then I get to headline the show when I go back out there, and I won.
Nice.
So
That's
that was a fun experience. And then I was born in Illinois in the Great Lakes, so that's like my birthplace. But I haven't been back there since.
Saw some friends and family a little bit.
Oh no, nobody's there now.
Nobody's there.
You know, it's military, so
I got
everybody
you.
done dispersed.
Yeah.
But I haven't been back there since like 7th grade, so it's been a while since I've been in that area.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
You know, and see, that's another thing. Artists, there's so many artists that are in the area, independent artists. I mean, have you ever shot a music video before?
I shot music videos when I first started.
Yeah.
But I see this talking, I can tell our styles would go together. It's an industry I kind of ran from a little bit.
Yeah.
But I would love to shoot it, especially from like a cinematic standpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could just we connected on R&B vibe, so I can tell that's probably the
that's the vibe I'm shooting for.
And the storytelling side of it.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, like the comparisons that we made with the media and everything, with music and with video and visuals, obviously those two go hand in hand.
Yeah,
because you need the visuals.
Yes.
Just the same thing with sports. People need some way to show their talent. Same thing with artists; they got to do the same thing. So
our worlds, the cultures collide together for sure, and that's the biggest. That's why. Like, people always ask why basketball. It was just always been basketball for me.
Yeah, it's interesting because you're coming from football to the basketball. But
I mean, you brought up Spike Lee. He Got Game is like the...
Oh, man. Come on, man.
That's what I think of how can I make a film.
Yeah.
Just the way Spike Lee shoots his films. They're free in thinking, right? Like, there's not the standard of what you see.
Yeah.
Most movies, it's... the music, the angles, the grunginess of it. Like,
have you ever thought about going to maybe one of, and it could be anybody, but I know he does these like a week where he just opens the door for other directors, other producers, other film. I don't even call it right.
Word.
Filmatic people that are always doing short stories. He opens the door for people to come and study under him.
I need to do it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, really, real talk. I mean, he Morehouse graduate. Obviously, he's done a lot of work. I don't know to the collaboration with him and like Tyler Perry or whatever, or anything like that. But I know Tyler Perry has done some stuff on his studio down there in Atlanta. You know, he's allowed people to come in and say, hey, this is what I do, how I do it. This is what you might want to try to do type thing. You know, have you seen yourself studying from others or going into like a mode where, you know, a lot of writers, they go right down the road here in Arkansas. I can't think of something Springs to be exact.
I think
Hot Springs, yeah. And they sit there in Hot Springs and they literally just shut down from everything and they will get their inspiration. So do you find yourself doing that at certain times or?
Definitely. Like when I first started editing and filming, I used to fall asleep to YouTube tutorials like Netflix. You know? And so it's funny now having the knowledge. Some of this knowledge is this second nature to me.
Yeah.
But I put in the work to know those things.
Yeah.
It's challenging me now because, like I said, I ran from the film side.
Yeah.
And when I say film, like movie production side.
Yeah, yeah.
Long form.
Long form content. That's the side now I'm itching to know more about. So, and that's what I'm thinking about saying this. Like, I'm thinking about my young creators. Definitely try to get with an older mentor or somebody that you know, definitely that can mentor you in the game. And that's what I'm looking for now. Just being a sponge. Because transparency about myself, I have got a little comfortable. And I know I'm at that stage now of I need to make myself uncomfortable to go to a newer height, and it's only going to make the area, you know, what I'm doing better. So
I just had that feeling recently. I was talking to Space, the owner of the studio I work at, and I told him, I said, I've been an engineer for going on 5 years now, and probably like the last year or so, because I got my degree in mass communications audio recording, so I learned some of the stuff in school, but like the past year or so, I'm like, I feel like I've stopped being a student.
right,
I feel like I've
that
stopped
part. Same.
learning stuff,
Likewise.
and I feel very stagnant and very like it could be better. Like
Yeah.
I can be better than this. So
You're hungry when you're a student.
yeah, no,
You're very hungry.
my hunger has
Yeah.
died down a little bit, and I don't like that. I
I
want to
feel
get
you.
hungry
And
again.
I think it doesn't happen naturally, right? But you remember how uncomfortable some things were when you first were learning it.
That's a good point.
Right? Like, oh, am I really built for this? Like, you know, and then you put in that work ethic and the hours and hours of time to where you get to a point to where you like, like for me, I can't, like, it's been a long time since I learned something new. And that's the part that I'm itching for now.
There you go.
Is to get in some crowds of smarter people or people that's more knowledgeable than me so I can learn some different things.
I'm looking at going to audio conferences and stuff.
you
They
go.
be having all types of things going on. I want to attend those.
I'm saying, yeah, that's what my young people that's in the field, whatever you or not even young
Conferences
if you
and
fresh in the
everything.
field,
Yes.
that's how you get, you know. And I think that's huge, right? We talk about because we such in a competitive world.
Come on, man.
Yep.
Everybody wants to be better than the other person, but the Bible says iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? If you
Talking
get
about-
around other people that's a little sharper than you, they're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
sharpen you too.
Right.
You know, so don't be scared to make yourself uncomfortable.
I love this. We could go a whole nother hour just on that alone. I you know, even at my age, I'm 53, and and the knowledge I have for, you know, radio and being behind some of the greatest.
For sure.
I mean, being in Miami was just amazing. But as I traveled, I learned to ask the right questions.
Right.
Ask a particular. A lot of these people, this is what a lot of people don't realize. You have actors, you have these entertainers, you have all these people who are professionals. They will answer you if you ask the right question.
For sure.
Yep.
And they would be willing to turn back and say, you know what, I got you. You know, so be understanding and of what that artist or whom or that professional person like yourself, what they are doing. Study them. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of podcasts. And I ask myself, who's consistent, keyword, in what they do, and simplicity. They keep it simple.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is the Locked and Loaded podcast.
Yes,
Obviously, the
sir.
Locked and Loaded show. We have been listening to my buddy, my coaching friend, special guest, Mr. Chris Jackson, aka CJ. Coach CJ's in the house. Man, we thank you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I know it was a short notice. We talked about it. I said, man, yeah, come on through, man. Let's make this happen. And then if there's anything that we can do for anything you got coming up or in the near future, you know, don't be hesitant to call us. But obviously, Elite 3 Vision, which is 3VSN, VSZ. Let me get that right. People need to know where you're at.
Yeah.
So kind of talk and tell people how to reach you.
Definitely. Well, Instagram, you can start there. It's Big Toe, BIG.TOW. Like I told you, Carter, not the toe on your foot. Definitely on Instagram as well. My business page, Elite 3 Visions. But, you know, whenever you need me, I do weddings as well. Lifestyle content.
Yes.
We work with roofing companies. We real estate, trying to get a little bit more inside of that, but
Nice.
heavily in the sports world. But if you got a project and you want to get it, you know, documented, I can be the man for you. So
Make it happen.
definitely.
Right out of Southwest Missouri, y'all.
Yes, sir.
The field. Hey,
field.
listen, you already know who we are. We already stated that. This is the Lock and Loaded Show. Jayce, Janae.
Yes, sir. Jayce, Janae. Y'all see me. Y'all gonna see me again. I'm
There
gonna
you
make
go.
sure I'm gonna stay on the camera now.
And again, I'm your brother from another, Marlon Rashawn Graves, a.k.a. Brother Mays. You already know. We out. We'll see you next time.
Take care.
Peace.